Hi everybody, welcome and thank you for joining us today for our live session. We're actually going to talk to you about a couple of topics, but most importantly, we're very excited that we are launching our NEURO Academy, which is a 12-week program. Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us, by the way. I just want to make sure that the microphones are working. But thank you so much for joining us, and we're very excited.
Absolutely. This is an incredible endeavor that we've taken for the last several months, creating the content, creating courses, the hows and the whys, and each of the neuro sections, the nutrition, exercise, everything, why, what the data shows and what the elements are that have been shown to work on populations, on individuals at the household level. And then the how. Each week we'll have a how of when it comes to nutrition, to exercise, multiple videos and elements, and as well as tools that you'll get. The amount of work we've put into this is probably as much as what we did in a residency, because it's important. I think the only way that data has shown that we can make a difference is if there's some coaching involved. So the coaching part is critical. We know that habit change takes anywhere between 6 to 12 weeks. And we want to take people through this. We did the 25-day challenge, but this is much, much more intensive with each week having multiple videos and interactions and interpersonal connection where you will actually have chances to interact with us, ask questions. So we hope that this will make a difference for general population.
Yeah, we're super excited. Just like Dean said, I think in many ways, this is the best form of public health.
It is.
And we're very privileged that we have that opportunity where we can be the gap between the world of science and data and evidence-based medicine and be able to propel that in a palatable format to you guys so that we could once and for all get rid of the noise and the clutter that is out there as far as brain health is concerned.
I mean, we do a brain health workshop in Loma Linda once a month. And then somebody was asking us a question. We just did a nutrition section just last night, and it took quite a bit, and that was just a segment of it. And they said, why can't this be done in the clinical setting? I said, an average doctor has 15 minutes. They have to do the history in 15 minutes, the vitals, and the exam, and at the end of the day, at the end of that 15 minutes, have enough time to do a thorough evaluation of your situation and then give advice and then follow through. It's impossible. The healthcare system is not set up for that. So in a way, we have no way of preventing disease. We're only there to give pills. Has its place for acute disease. It has its place for when somebody's blood pressure is sky high. It has its place. Strokes. But as far as prevention, it requires an intensive, involved coaching program that can help people make true change.
Absolutely. So while we're speaking to you guys, type in any questions that you may have regarding the NEURO Academy. And for those of you who have joined us, we're so excited and we can't wait to share the content with you. But let's just kind of give them a general idea of what it's all about. So
yes.
It's a 12-week course. The first week, every week you're going to have access to at the beginning of the week, you're going to have access to the content of the week. So Monday morning, we will make the content available for that week, and you will get an email letting you know that it's ready and for you to see it.
As well as tools, specific questionnaires, and other tools that will help you go through that week.
Absolutely. And we are also going to have a live Facebook session in a private Facebook group with individuals who have signed up, and it's going to be almost a one-on-one interaction. Correct. Of any additional questions or data that you may have regarding the academy or generally speaking of brain health.
Yeah, the idea is that we create a personalized program for you. Part of that will be the tools that we'll give you that will help you create that personalized program. But the other element is us being involved in creating that program for you, with you. As well as the fact that you will also get tools throughout.
Yeah.
In fact, at the end, you'll get a box, a brain health in a box, where it will have several elements that will help you take your journey forward.
And a signed copy of our book.
Correct.
So we'll share that brain box, and also you will have access to the app.
Correct.
We have the NEURO app where the information is going to be available with you in your pocket wherever you go. So we're excited about that. And
the element that Aisha and I are always uncomfortable with is cost and things of that nature, which we've never done this kind of a thing, and we are always uncomfortable about that. But it's just a matter of sustainability. The fact that this program has taken us literally hundreds of hours to create. We're talking more than 70 videos as well as live sessions. So it's incredibly intensive. In fact, there's nothing like this out there.
I agree. And the reason is we want this to be sustainable.
Yeah.
We have an amazing group of people working with us. We're trying to add on to the information, keep it updated on a regular basis in the future as well, and create content that is absolutely necessary in your day-to-day life. So it's not an obscure program that you need to always refer to, but something that's a part and parcel of your life. So there's a lot of thought and effort that went into it.
Let me tell you, there's a lot of noise out there, and the noise is usually about it has to do with the easy way out, the vitamin concoctions, the simple little one food that you add, or blueberries. It's not going to work. It hasn't worked. It has to be much more comprehensive. But a comprehensive program requires intensive involvement, and that's what we're hoping that this program can expand for a greater proportion of population, and that requires sustainability. So that's what we're doing here. And starting, when is the start date?
So the start date is on Monday. Today is the last day that you can sign up, and you can find more about it on our website, teamsharesai.com. We'll put the link in here for you so that you can actually click on it and get more information.
Correct.
All right. So maybe we can actually move on to some of the other questions that we already got by email, and we can answer some of them. So a lot of people actually wanted to ask specifically about the live calls. What are they and how can they have access to it? It is only for people who have signed up for the NEURO Academy. It's a personalized Facebook group, and you should be able to get more information about it in your inbox. Essentially, every Friday we will log in for an hour and we'll have a conversation about the question of the day. We'll also be in touch with you through email if you have any detailed questions.
Absolutely.
The other question that I got was, how will the module scheduling work? As I mentioned earlier, at the beginning of the week on Monday morning, you will have access to the content of the entire week, and you will be apprised about it via email. There was another question about the logistics of the box, and Dean mentioned that. So it'll have a book and it'll have one representation of each of the neuro elements. So one thing about nutrition, one item about exercise, one item that represents stress management, another one that represents good sleep hygiene or restorative sleep, and the fifth one being optimizing cognitive activity.
As well as laminated instructional material as well.
Absolutely. Okay, and then there was an interesting question of somebody asking, whether this neuro plan applied for diabetes. Absolutely. I think you've heard us say this so many times. If you take care of the brain, you have taken care of the rest of the body. And why is that? It's because whatever you need for the heart affects the brain as well, but the brain is more susceptible. So the kind of foods that we recommend, the whole food plant-based diet, the exercise, the stress management, affects your brain first and then the rest of the body. And especially when it comes to metabolic diseases like diabetes. We're talking about insulin resistance and glucose dysregulation. By eating the right kind of foods, by making sure you exercise on a regular basis, get good night's sleep, and keep your mind active, your diabetes is actually going to go away. There are many cases of diabetes that have completely reversed, type 2 diabetes, that have completely reversed in our clinic and in our lifestyle program. So we'll work with you very closely. If you have any vascular diseases, we can definitely address that as well.
In fact, we just published a research paper on not just diabetes, pre-diabetes, people who have insulin resistance or elevated sugars, and relationship of sugar, elevated sugar, and cognition. So definite relationship with what we're doing and diabetes and inflammatory factors. Remember, there are 4 processes that we describe: glucose dysregulation, lipid dysregulation, inflammation, and oxidation. Almost all diseases involve these processes.
Yes.
So whatever we do that affects those processes for the brain, which is very energy hungry, then it's going to affect all the other diseases as well.
Absolutely. And the brain box will actually be mailed out to you. I forgot to mention that about the brain. Yes, at the end of the course. Another question was, how will we get access to the videos and the material? It's through a platform called Teachable. Each one of the participants will get a username, a login, and they will log into Teachable and get access to all of these videos. Those are great questions. I'm actually going live and trying to see who's on. Everybody, hi everyone. Thank you for being here. Okay, let's see. Where can we go to learn more? Sounds incredible. Jamie, you can go to our website, and the link is teamshareseye.com/neuro, and you'll have access to the content of the NEURO Academy, or at least a description of the NEURO Academy at this point. Anything else that you wanted to add?
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the most important aspects of this course is building habits and behavior. I think we talked about this. There are a lot of courses that talk about, the importance of lifestyle intervention, but we will be able to show you and help you create your own behavioral modification program. We always say this.
Yeah.
It's not a cookie cutter approach. What works for me might not work for Dean, and it doesn't. We've actually noticed that. What works for my children, even between Sophie and Alex, it works for one of them and it doesn't work for the other. So creating a tailored program that fits your life, your strengths, your weaknesses or limitations is the way to go.
And the important thing to know is this is going to require some work, because the tailored program is not going to be us giving it to you. It's going to be you figuring out those opportunities and resources that you have that can create a program for you, and then we'll help you go through 12 weeks. 12 weeks is it's quite a bit of time to create habits and behavior, and I say that whenever one person changes in a household, you've changed the culture in the family. I mean the health culture in the family. So that's our goal. That's been our life goal.
Yeah.
If we can make this available for a much greater population, that would be wonderful, and that's what we're working towards.
Absolutely. So somebody actually asks us to put in a little bit more of a detailed description of what the modules look like. Let me just kind of describe it to you guys. So, week 1 is the week of introduction. Dean and I have taken this opportunity to go into the details of the science behind brain health. What has been happening over the decades, who has been doing the most prominent research, where is it that we're failing, why is it that there's so much resistance as far as lifestyle intervention is concerned when it comes to brain health, and why is the establishment of habit and behavior modification so important, and where does one start? And also, we're going to help you understand our brain health assessment on the website. We'll actually show you how to take it and what the results essentially mean.
For the rest of your life, for that matter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's a very, evidence-based, heavy on the science part of brain health.
But palatable still.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
When I say heavy, I don't mean boring. Promise you that.
Yes.
I essentially, being scientists and physicians, our favorite sentence is, to the best of our knowledge today. We will keep on updating this information as new information comes in. So we can actually try to, we will definitely try to implement new information as we move forward in the future.
As it avails itself, absolutely.
Week 2 is about nutrition. So we start the elements of neuro and nutrition. Again, so each element of neuro is divided into 2 weeks. So the second week is going to be about the science of nutrition. And again, it's going to be why is it that there's a lot of myth and misunderstanding We will highlight some of the research that we have done, some of the research that is prominent at the blue zones and large population studies. And then we also will share with you a lot of downloadables.
Correct.
And help you understand it better. Oh, my mom is right here. Well, okay. And then the third week is going to be nutrition week. Sorry, we're having a family gathering here. The third week is going to be based on the how of nutrition. This is where we bring you into our kitchen, our pantry, our, basically show you how to grocery shop, how to create a healthy environment and around your kitchen, around your work, around your home that would make healthy eating easier for you and something that you won't have to struggle. And this was actually a request from a lot of people because
Correct.
That's where people
just week 2 has about 11 videos about nutrition, why, and in small increments, palatable increments, specifically the elements that mean something to you, and then the why, the how, which is week 3, all the things that you would need to make your household a nutrition healthy household, including some extra stuff that we will add throughout, which is the sauces and the different kind of cooking material that can help you achieve that healthy living environment.
Yeah, very, very practical information on that third week of the how of nutrition. You're going to spend a lot of time on this counter with me in the kitchen. All right, and then week 4 is about E, or exercise. Again, the science and the why of why exercise is important. The week after that is the how of exercise. And it's very important for us to understand that the way we approach this is not essentially, having you join a gym membership or anything like that, but how do you incorporate exercise in your daily living, in your living room and in your own environment. And then after that, we have the unwind, again, the why is it important, stress management, and the week after that is how. What are some of the things that you can include in your daily life, whether it's mindfulness and meditation, of managing your stress levels. And remember, again, we're not talking about bad stress. We're actually trying to impose good stress on people.
Correct.
As well.
An article came out that we had written that this two scientist couple actually want your life to be full of stress. Yes, we do. But
it was quite clickable, I have to say. It's very
yes, it was
Twitter friendly.
Yeah, and it is. We do want stress, but good stress, the kind of stress that builds those connections.
Right. Exactly. So, and then after that, we will have, I'm kind of confusing the week numbers, but after the how of stress management or unwind, you have restorative sleep. That is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
Because we both actually didn't do very well as far as the restorative sleep was concerned, just personally speaking, being physicians and so much going on. So about why is it important, and then how can you improve your sleeping habits? We will go into the detail of sleep hygiene.
Yes, and cognitive behavioral therapy and other psychological techniques you can use to calm your mind. So we'll go into the details as it pertains to that. And then the last week is optimizing brain health.
Correct. Optimizing brain health, how to enhance cognitive activities, how to sharpen those, that memory, how to make connections, and then the how of optimization of cognitive therapy.
And then at the end, there's a summary.
The last week is a summary of everything that you've gone through.
And consolidating it. I mean, this is an intensive program, and it should be life-changing. And it's about brain, but we always say, if you take care of the brain health, you've taken care of all health. And I think for those who are able to go through the 12 weeks, their whole relationship with health should change.
Absolutely.
Because whatever you do with nutrition, especially when we talk about whole food, plant-based, and how to do it and how to change your household, you will reduce your cancer risk. We know this. This is not a fact that's not unknown. And the same thing with heart disease, and the same thing with the other diseases that deal with lifestyle, which is all chronic diseases as we get older.
Yeah. I just added the link, and I'm sorry I actually gave you the wrong. It's teamshareseye.com/academy. You'll get more information about that, and I added that as a comment. So that's the description of the NEURO Academy. Barbara's asking us a question. Hi Barbara, thanks for joining. This is very informative, but if you missed some of the classes, can you view them later? Absolutely, Barbara. You'll have access to all of this material and you can look at it and view it at your own convenience. However, we recommend that you create a schedule for yourself,
yes,
so you're up to date on all of them, because you know what? The most important element of this whole academy is our coaching you forward.
Correct.
And our interaction on those Friday afternoons. Friday afternoon, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we will get together and each and every one of you will be able to talk to us and ask us questions and address some of your concerns, and we will be there with you guys.
Yeah, however long it takes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ginger says, hi Ginger, how will the app work? When will we start using it? Can my husband and I, we're enrolled as a couple, both be able to use it as individuals?
So the app is going to be a very intelligent app. The word AI is used so much, so we won't overuse it, but it is an intelligent app that will figure out your life's patterns. Part of it is that active, where you actually put in data regularly, so it gives you information. And then over time, that's the next iteration. It will actually capture data slowly from your movement with the equipment and everything else, and then give you advice and direction and resources on how to make those small changes. Remember, what we keep saying is small changes. The New Year resolution never works.
Nope.
It has to be small, sustainable changes. And the app will make that behavior come about. Well, if one of you has it, then the other one should be able to use it as well. But it's going to be, well, actually no, because it has to be your personal data, your personal changes, your personal behavior. I'm 100% sure that you and your husband don't do identical things and identical behavior. So you want to be able to put your own specific characteristics into it.
Absolutely, I agree with you. That was great. So I got.
By the way, that will be at the end of with the box at the end of the program.
Right, you'll get it at the end of the program, and it's, by then you would have had all this information that would help you understand the elements of the app as well, and it would act more like a booster dose of reminder and helping you organize the elements of neuro, nutrition, exercise into your life, setting up reminders, setting up potential opportunities for you to boost your brain health at any time. I got an interesting question earlier, and it was from somebody who was concerned about her brain health, and apparently someone in the family had Alzheimer's disease, and she was asking, how is this different for patients who had Alzheimer's disease for people who are completely okay and have no brain diseases? That's a great question. So this program is not only for people to avoid diseases of the brain. It is actually for people who want to boost their brain health and brain capacity. Mm-hmm. Remember, we keep on harping about the fact that your brain health is in your hands. You can expand the capacity of your brain, whether it's memory and problem solving, all the other cognitive aspects. You can expand them at any given age. So
correct.
This will give you an opportunity to take advantage of that beautiful brain of yours.
How much each person will get out of it depends on many things. One is your own previous medical conditions, where you are in that journey. Somebody in one of the talks in the front row said, so how do I know if I have Alzheimer's? I said, well, you do, and your neighbor does, and everybody else around us does, and we do. What that means is that it's not one point that you develop Alzheimer's. It's a risk.
Yeah.
Are we all at risk? Yes, as we get older, we're all at risk. If we had a surgery, at risk. And if you had a head trauma, you're at risk. If you had inflammation. But that risk does not mean that it will have to translate into true disease.
Absolutely.
What you do at any stage will not only forestall or stop the disease from progressing or coming on to reality, but also help you build that brain. It's all about those connections and the reserve that you create. So we're glad to have you if you're 30 or 80 or 90. In fact, the earlier you start, the better, and the more intensive you take, more active you are in that process, the more likely that these changes will make a significant difference for this brain. In fact, We're talking about the brain's capacity to go beyond EQ and IQ. You know, you always talk about IQ.
Yeah.
We always hear about it, and then now EQ, which is emotional intelligence. We always talk about the fact that there's another phase, a much higher phase, which is XQ, which is the human ability to get past the limitations that have stopped us up to this point. So it's about building the optimal brain for yourself. And by the way, we're not selling vitamins. We're not. It's going to be work. It's going to be your personal work for yourself and your family.
Yeah, you're basically letting us inside your homes and in your lives, and for us just to coach you. And I think one of the things that I'm most proud about this program, very personally, is the fact that it's all science-based.
Correct.
It's evidence-based. You're really not getting anybody's opinions.
And we're not giving you any blue jellyfish pill.
Nope, you're not going to get any blue jellyfish.
Yes.
We're basically going to teach you how you can implement a healthy lifestyle at your home, and I'm really excited about that.
Probably what I call foodicin, which is food that's medicine. For example, one of the things that part of this is Aisha is a culinary artist as well, is ability to create desserts that are not harmful, but are beneficial. There's no trick to it. There's no vitamin concoction. Healthy elements that go into a dessert that you can actually then make it part of your children and your family's life that will help build the brain instead of break it down.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited about sharing the nutrition section with you guys. I think I'm a little biased when it comes to nutrition.
I love the optimized section where we use tools to build the brain's capacity to memorize, the brain's capacity to think faster, to develop better focus. That's my bias, and the habit component.
Yeah,
I'm all about habits.
And I am too. And I'm coming back to my nutrition section. I'm really excited to share some of the salad dressing and the recipes that we're sharing with you. So that's basically it. Thank you so much for your questions and for being here with us. Like I said, we're really, really excited, and we can't wait to start.
Let's start.
Okay, well, you have a wonderful weekend, and we are Team Sherzai. If you want more information, again, please go to our website, teamsherzai.com. If you want more information about the NEURO Academy, go to teamsherzai.com/academy, and I have put the link there in the comment section for you. Visit our Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram pages for updated information. Go to our YouTube channel to look at our videos and find some recipe videos there. Again,
and help us become sustainable for the rest of as much as we can spread this for the greater population.
We're so excited that you're part of this journey towards changing the healthcare system in the United States with us.
Absolutely.
Have a great
the
weekend.
World.
Why did I limit myself to US? World. I meant world.
Yes.
Okay. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.